Our next guest is actress Tommy Dorfman, who says her latest project is a deeply personal labor of love. Dorfman is known for her wide-ranging work, from her breakout role in 13 Reasons Why to the series Jane the Virgin. She recently made her Broadway dreams come true in Romeo and Juliet. Now, despite finding characters in her work, Dorfman realized she needed to find someone else, herself. That self-reflection is the subject of Dorfman's new memoir, Maybe This Will Save Me. She writes about her teenage years addicted to drugs and alcohol and finding clarity around her gender as a woman. Tommy Dorfman joins us first on CBS Mornings. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi, good to see you.
The book's incredibly powerful, and
Thank
it
you.
begins even with the title. The title, Maybe This Will Save Me, is a mantra you've had your entire life. Where did that come from?
I think it came from being a runner. Just trying to run from one thing to another thing, hoping that it will bring me comfort, that it will aid my dysphoria and dysmorphia in my own body and in myself, and just this general sense of not belonging. And so trying various things that I thought might save me.
Yeah, but you write very powerfully that you knew at an early age of 3.
Yeah.
You said, I knew I was a girl. I knew that I was different than other people, and you always felt wise beyond your years. And the journey to go from there to here.
Yeah, I had parents who always called me, I mean, my mom used to call me her little old man, which I think is really cute. And now I'm just, I guess, her older woman. But I think, you know, for me, I knew that I gravitated towards the feminine at an early age. I connected deeper with my girl cousins. I connected more with my mother in a lot of ways. And I also was kind of a daddy's girl at the same time. And all of my interests leaned into the feminine. And I had parents who were so loving and caring and let me express that part of myself without necessarily understanding that part of myself.
But you also write, you didn't plan to transition publicly.
Sure.
But once you're on that hit show, there you are, Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reality is I went to school for theater, and within a year of graduating, after getting sober, I booked 13 Reasons Why. And I was
And you're playing a male character,
I was playing a male character, and I was commodifying my body. I didn't have time. That show came out, and overnight it was a success. I didn't have time to decide if I wanted to be publicly queer. I didn't have time for any of that. I just sort of got on the bullet train, and we went off. And immediately, the deep, unsettling knowledge that I was not my true self was apparent to me, but I needed to make a living, and I wanted to be an actor, and I was getting to live my wildest dreams. And I thought, okay, if I just keep pushing that part of myself down and back and into a back corner, at some point I can deal with it. And you know, after a few years of that, it was unavoidable. It was inescapable.
So let's tie that in with, you mentioned sober and your sobriety, but you talk about addiction very transparently, and oftentimes they say addiction kind of overlaps this desire to have control. Do you believe transitioning, did that offer you a kind of a new agency over your body and over your life?
100%. I think even when I got sober at 21, I didn't start transitioning till I was 28. I think these things are really separate. I think me being an addict and an alcoholic and in recovery is so separate from me being trans and me being a woman and me coming to that space in my adulthood. What I'll say is I wouldn't be the woman I am today if I wasn't sober. I don't think I would have had the confidence, the clarity, the spiritual relationship with God and a higher power to find myself and be honest with myself.
The book's incredibly powerful.
Thank
Tommy
you.
Dorfman, thank you very much. Maybe This Will Save Me is available now wherever you buy your books.
Save you and save others.